Hello there guys, and welcome to another episode here in Titanium Red for round number 18 in Qatar. And well, as you can see, I joined a bit late in qualifying because I was outside of my home and then qualifying started, but good thing is that I could return to my home. I finished stuff that was outside and I could join in time for the race and also in time to make a qualifying lap time. And I grabbed my setup and we are waiting until the 2-minute mark because we only have time to make a single lap in qualifying. Hope it goes a bit well, and also I have to mention that it is gonna be sprint race also, so we'll have qualifying that'll determine the starting positions for the sprint, and then we finish the sprint and we see which positions we're gonna start in the race depending on when we finish in or which position we finish in the sprint. In a nutshell, it is like the 2022 sprint rules. Yeah, I know that the 2023 rules are a bit different, but the game decided to use the 22 one. I don't know why, but well, I think they did not have enough time. Well, let's hope that we make a good qualifying time. And so we begin our one and only flying lap of the session, and we have 9 seconds until the qualifying ended, but now we are beginning the lap and we head into turn 1 a bit wide, but I don't think it was pretty bad, and we headed into turn 2 on 5th gear. Turn 3, of course, it was flat out, and then into turns 4 and 5 we are into 5th gear. And yeah, I decided to not go like full sended because it's my only flying lap that I'll do in the session, and I don't want to invalidate the lap time, but still I want to do it fast. And we headed into turns 7 and 8 and 9, and we are doing a bit flat out, although I think I should have lifted the throttle. I don't know if that is faster or it is gonna be faster to do it flat out. And we head into the final sector and we are on the 7th gear, but now I decided to go down to 6th gear and we head into the penultimate corner, almost reaching the maximum revs in the 6th gear, and we head into the final corner. We head into the main straight. I get slipstream from Campanilla and we run out of ERS, and we set a lap time of 121.078, which puts us into 5th position. So finally, after like 4 races, or maybe only 3, no, yeah, it was 4 races without setting a qualifying lap time, we have done it, guys. Finally have set a qualifying lap time and we qualified 5th position. Not that bad. Well, hope I get a pretty good sprint and also a good race. Let's now head into the qualifying results. So we see that Zenith set pole position with a lap time of 120.621, and on this time setting pole position was a bit possible for me because it is still like hundredths of a second slower than the lap time I have set in time trial, so it could be a bit possible, although it was gonna be extremely hard and it would be like risking everything, and I did not want to do that thing. I'm satisfied with 5th position in qualifying, but let's see if I can get up a few places in the sprint. Alex and Andres both qualified 2nd and 3rd. Salcedo qualified 4th position. I qualified 5th. Destro in 6th position. Jonan in 7th. Salazar in 8th. Sirviti in 9th. Valian in 10th. Jeopardy in 11th, Ismail 7 Nipton in 12th, Johnny Pies in 13th, Mariusito in 14th, and yeah, that's gonna be it, the top 14. And meanwhile, I won't mention the bottom like 6 drivers, or maybe bottom 5. I don't know if they participated every single one of them, and I mean 20. I don't know if they participated 19. I don't know, but the thing is that here is the top 14. Everyone on the top 14 set lap times with soft tires, and now we head into the sprint. We set our fuel down to like 19 kilograms, and we're starting on medium tires, and we head into the start of the sprint with the 5 red lights turned on. But before starting the race, the safety car got deployed, and at that point I'm realizing that I think I'm the only one who is running on medium tires, and all of them are running on softs. Ah boy, I decided to listen to the default strategy. Well, not listen to, but follow the default strategy, and oh boy, I think this thing is ruining my strategy, and that'll give lots of advantage with the soft tire runners, because if there are lots of safety cars, tell me that there are gonna be laps where they have to run slowly, and that means that they'll wear their tires less, and that means that going on soft tires will be a better option, and that's why I think this is gonna ruin my strategy. I don't know, but let's try our best to defend our 5th position after the safety car ends. Meanwhile, let's heat up our tires and wait until the safety car ends. And after finally a long time of safety car, at the end of lap 3, we end the safety car, but unfortunately I'm too far away from the top 4 because I was a bit slow to react, and we are in danger of losing 5th position because Destro is overtaking down the inside into turn 1, and he's overtaking me, and man, he's done an easy overtake to me because he overtook me in the straight, and man, that is not the thing I wanted to get along. And we are on lap 4, but still it is a long way. Well, not a long way, but it is gonna be like 7 laps to go, so still we have chances to get back into 5th position. But unfortunately Valian is also trying to overtake me, so that situation will get worse, and hope the soft tire runners get their tires destroyed, and hope that happens, because if that happens I'll get way more pace than the soft runners, because my mediums will wear less and I might overtake them. But let's wait. But we see that the gap between Destro and myself has gotten up to 1.2 seconds, and oh boy, Zenith is dropped down to 4th position. Oh, I don't know what happened to him, and we are seeing a 2-way fight for 3rd position, and we are catching the drivers. Oh, Destro set the fastest lap of the race. We're on lap 5, and getting into 4th position is gonna be way harder, because now the gap has gotten back up, although it is more like a roller coaster. Or maybe Zenith is getting a bit slow, because the gap, I don't know, it's just like the roller coaster, but we are seeing that it is getting more down than up, and now the gap is less than 2 seconds. I don't know what's happening to Zenith, and maybe he's gotten front wing damage. Oh boy, I think we have chances to get into 4th position if Zenith and Destro fight so hard that they lose time and they get so slow that I catch them. I don't know, but let's wait. On the next lap, Zenith is down to 5th position, and I'm trying to overtake him, and put him down to 6th position. Maybe he's gotten front wing damage, and he has indeed, and we go to the inside to try to overtake him, but unfortunately that was the last chance to overtake Zenith, because the safety car once again got deployed, and that safety car is ruining way more my strategy. The soft tire runners will have way more performance, way more grip, because they'll wear their tires less because they're gonna run slower. So that means that, oh man, the strategy to go into mediums for the entirety of the race is ruined. And also we cut the corner, we got the track limit warning. Hope it is gonna be the only one of the race, but well, I was in thoughts of boxing for soft tires, but I decided to stay out. It was not worth it to box for soft tires. I decided to defend my 6th position instead of like boxing and getting down the order and overtake these drivers, because I think I'll only have 2 laps to do that thing. So I decided to stay out, and let's wait until the safety car ends. Hope it is on lap 7 where the safety car ends and not lap 8, but I think it is gonna end at the end of lap 8. And a few minutes later, yeah, we found out that the safety car was gonna end at the end of lap 8. So that means that our strategy to go with mediums until the end of the race got absolutely ruined. Now the soft tire runners will have way more advantage than me, and if there weren't any single safety car, I could have overtaken these drivers simply because I would get better tire grip, because the soft tire runners will get more tire wear. And now Balian is overtaking me and putting me down to P7, and he's done a switchback, and we saw that 2 drivers are out of the race, Rafita and I don't know which other driver, and Zenith is struggling way more because he has a front wing damage, and we overtake Zenith and we're back to P6, and we see that Sirbiti has 2 3-second time penalties. He's gone pretty dirty in terms of exiting the track limits, and now he has 6 seconds of penalties accumulated. Oh boy, someone has fun, and that's my teammate Andres. So that is terrible in terms of teamwork, because that will mean that we'll get less points for our team. But personally, it is good for me because we're up into P5, and we head into those fast sweeping corners that they get sharper and they can't do flat out. Oh boy, what the hell happened? Oh, Bayan is out of the race, and Alex is boxing, and Destro is staying out. I don't know what's happening, and we begin the final lap of the race, and we are in 2nd place now. And oh boy, what's happening to Destro? He's slowing down, and we head into turn 1, leading the race. And oh boy, Destro got disqualifying, as well as Sator and Jonan. Oh boy, what's happening? I think, oh boy, once again it got bugged. Sprint got bugged. I got pretty lucky that I did not get disqualified because I didn't box any single time. I think the game disqualified the drivers who didn't make a single pit stop and were on soft tires. So yeah, I got lucky that the game didn't disqualify me. And we see that Kerina is in 2nd place, but he has a 3-second time penalty, so he'll get down to like P4, and he's on soft tires. I think he's boxed, and we are only 10 runners on the final lap of the race. We head into the penultimate corner, into the lead, and we head into the final corner. We get into the main straight. We get up into 6th gear, deploy much of our ARS, we are about to cross the line, the checker flag is on, and we win the sprint! Finally, we have won something. But, unfortunately, due to that bug, I don't think they would consider the results, and I don't know, in reality they'll like not consider the results of the sprint, and I think that's the thing it happened. What I heard from the general stream is that they decided to not count the sprint, and unfortunately my win was worthless. They decided to change lobby, and we see that only like 8 drivers finished, and I wanted to see the sprint results, although it isn't gonna be counted. Oh, it is Kevin, not Kevina. It's Kevin 43, and well, let's see the sprint results, although it won't matter anything. And yeah, we are moving to another lobby, and the grid for the race start, well, we're gonna talk later on. Meanwhile, let's see the sprint results. I have won the sprint, followed by Kevin, then Mariusito, then Silviti, Jopper, Campanilla, Zenith, and Salcedo is the final driver who finished in the points. I think Ismail 7 Lipton finished 9th, or maybe he got classified 9th and did not finish. I don't know, but if it's the case that only 8 drivers finished, every single driver that finished got points. And yeah, I was gonna talk that the grid slot for the race is gonna be determined by the qualifying times we have done before the sprint. So I'll start in 5th position. The pre-race strategy, a default medium soft, and we've lowered the fuel down to 52 kilograms, not on the under fuel zone, just in case there's no safety cars. And I don't think there's gonna be any single safety car in the race, or at least maybe only one. It is just too open, but what we've seen in the sprint, there might be lots of safety cars. So I don't know, maybe I've overfueled the car, but I don't know, just in case there's no safety cars. And also the reason why I overfueled the car is because in Qatar you spend the most amount of fuel of any single circuit that it's in F1 23. And now let's head into the race and hope I get up a few positions and maybe finish in the podium. And now we head into the race and hope we get a good start, and we see that the 5 red lights are turning on, and we are on the way for the Qatar Grand Prix, the actual race, but the safety car got deployed. Oh, once again we get a safety car right at the start of the race, but in this time it was just like 3 seconds after the race got started, but it is still a bugged safety car. And oh boy, I cannot believe that it is happening once again, back to back, first on the sprint and now in the proper race. Oh boy. Now let's wait until the safety car ends, and meanwhile let's heat up a bit our medium tires. And also the reason why I decided to start on medium tires, it's because I have a bit of flexibility, because I can like start like on mediums and then run a few laps, and maybe if there's a safety car like on lap 10, which it did not happen, instead it happened right now. I'll put box on hard tires, but if I follow this strategy and there's no safety car, I'll box for soft tires. So yeah, it is like a flexible strategy if I start on medium tires, but we see that we are not heating up well, and oh boy, we are seeing that the tires are at a temperature that is colder than the optimal temperatures that the tire should be. Alex is boxing and we begin lap 2. Alex started on hard tires, but he decided to, I don't know, maybe scrap the tires. Maybe he's gonna do a medium, which in total it will be a hard medium. I don't know, but well, let's see how the race goes. We see that Destro and Salazar both started on hard tires, but the exception is that they decided to stay out. We are now on the bunching up field, and we wait until the safety car ends, and meanwhile we heat up our tires a little bit, but we're gonna heat up way more. Oh, but no, we are seeing that, oh wait, no, never, oh wait, yeah, man, the AI is taking control on us. Oh man, and we just seeing that they forgot to, like, that's ridiculous. They forgot to configure the lobby. They only set the circuit and the race distance. That's it. No, that is ridiculous. That is ridiculous. Man, I cannot believe the. Oh man. And I think they forgot to put the safety car settings to immersive, and instead it is on broadcast. And lots of drivers are retiring from the race. And yeah, I went ahead to see the general stream, and yeah, they are making another lobby. One because it got bugged the race, because it is well, the safety car got deployed right after the race got started, and also they forgot to configure the race. Oh boy, what a mess they have done. And yeah, when we were like switching lobbies, I've heard when they were configuring the race that that'll be the final attempt to do the race, because after that, if there's a bug, they won't run, we won't run, and the race will get cancelled. So well, with that said, hope the race doesn't get bugged, and let's pray. And after setting up the lobby and also the grid slot, and we began the race, and we were on the pre-race strategy. What the hell is this? Full wets for the entirety of the race. What the hell is that? I cannot believe that this happened to me. I thought that it would never happen to me in every single race that I would do in my sim racing career that would be on the desert. Because yes, I have done like full wets race, but it wasn't in the desert. And the reason why I wasn't expecting full wets race on a desert, it's because, you know, a desert, in a desert, it rarely rains, and it is almost impossible that it rains terribly, like it's happening right now. But well, I cannot say that it is impossible in real life because I live in a city that is in a desert, and there were times where it rained terribly and the city kind of flooded. But yeah, I know that it can be possible, but it was gonna be so hard to be in those situations that I thought that I would never have a desert race in this kind of conditions. But well, hope I don't DNF into turn 1 because there was carnage. But with that said, let's begin the race. We've set the fuel down to 50 kilograms, and it's gonna be a one-stopper with full wet tires. Now, let's get started with this race. And now, we are about to get started in a strange Qatar Grand Prix because it is gonna be raining for the entirety of the race, and we are underway on this unusual rainy Qatar Grand Prix, and we head into turn 1 around the outside and being overtaken by Destro, and unfortunately I got overtaken by Destro, but still I'm trying to re-overtake him, but well, he's done a better cornering than me, and oh my goodness me, I've been overtaken by Yonan as well, and that means that I'm down to P7. Oh, he's teleported. Oh, the virtual safety car has been deployed. Hope there is no chance that this virtual safety car gets converted into a full course safety car, and hope that this virtual safety car gets maintained like that. And yeah, hope I don't spin, and hope I don't get a drive-through penalty for being faster than the delta time. So we gotta go a little bit careful. We don't want to get a drive-through penalty, and also it is just extreme rain in Qatar, so maybe a few drivers will spin. I don't know, but well, for now let's be careful around these corners. I am learning in which gear or how fast can I get into those corners in these kind of conditions, and I am seeing that in those fast sweeping corners I'll go into 5th gear. Virtual safety car is ending, and good thing is that I did not get drive-through penalty, but Yonan has a drive-through penalty, and so that means that he's in trouble. I'll accept the fastest lap with a 2:05, and we begin lap 2, and hope I get back into P5, maybe up into P4 and into the podium. And meanwhile I'm running wide because I'm not knowing that much about the circuit in full wets. I've only driven in dries because I never expected a full wet race in a desert circuit. I never expected that thing, but well, here we are today. Well, the day it got recorded, which was Thursday, Qatar in full wet. And meanwhile I am learning a little bit through the corners, running a little bit wide, but once again we got interrupted by another virtual safety car. Well, hope it is the same case as the first one, which I referred that hope this virtual safety car maintains like that and it doesn't convert as a full course safety car. Hope it maintains like that. But poor Yonan, because he has a drive-through penalty, and I think that if you have a drive-through penalty, you cannot serve during yellow flag conditions. Well, at least like virtual safety car or safety car conditions. And unfortunately, he's done a big mistake, or I don't know. I did not get any drive-through penalty. Well, I did not serve any drive-through penalty, never in F123, but I did serve a drive-through penalty in F122, and on that game, you couldn't serve a drive-through penalty or stop-go penalty, although that thing, I think, doesn't exist in the game. But, well, virtual safety car ended. I did not get the drive-through penalty. But getting back into the penalty serving, it is that during the virtual safety car / safety car, you couldn't serve a drive-through penalty, and if you boxed and you had that penalty, you will do like a normal pit stop, and yeah, you needed to serve the penalty when the green flags were on. We see that Andres is down to P5 after having a bit of a fight that he lost, and that means that I'm a bit in a complication, because the driver in front of me is my teammate, and I don't know if I'll overtake him or not, because remember, team play exists, and well, let's give Andres a chance to overtake Destro, although in reality it is because I'm not that fast, and I cannot catch that much Andres enough to overtake him. Zenith sets the fastest lap with a 1:44, and now Sertor sets a lap time of 1:43, having the fastest lap. And oh, it is a 56740 HR, my team that I am running. Then Salazar sets a lap time of 1:42, fastest lap of the race, and we are on lap 4. And well, hope we are doing a little bit well in these conditions, and hope I can overtake Andres, so that means that I can have chances to overtake Destro and get up into P4. Although I don't know if it's gonna be worth it, the overtake of Andres, because I don't know, if I overtake him, I might like hinder his race. I don't know, but well, let's wait until we have a good chance to overtake Andres, and we see that Salcedo is down to P4, and that is gonna convert into a 3-way fight for P3. Andres, Salcedo, and Destro, and they are into those fast sweeping corners. I'm catching them, so that means that it is a 4-way fight for P3, and I am near Andres, and we head into the final corner, and we are down to 4th gear, and we almost spun, and we see that Destro has gotten a little bit in trouble with the corner exit, and we begin lap 5. We are wheel to wheel with Destro, and I'm trying to overtake him down the inside 82-1, and I'm doing that thing, locking my front brakes. The good thing is that I locked my front brakes instead of my rear brakes, so that meant that I could have better control, but unfortunately I got re-overtaken by Destro. I ran a bit wide into turn 2, or maybe Destro got way faster in the corner, and we are heading into turn 6, and I don't know, but I don't think I'll... Wait, what? Oh yeah, I thought that I got up a position, but in reality, no, I maintained the P6, and I think I'll maintain for the next few laps, although it might not be the case, because Sertor is right behind me and he might overtake me. On the next lap, we are still in P6, right behind my teammate as well as in front of my other teammate. And now the first full course safety car of the race got deployed, and well, it is lap 6 out of 29 and my tire wear is at like 17%, 16% in other tires. So I don't know, maybe I'll stay out. Yeah, I'll stay out. And yeah, with that we are gonna see who are the drivers that are gonna box or stay out, and then we get into the bunching up field. We heat up our tires, although it might not be that necessary to heat up the tires in these conditions and with these tires, because I don't know, I think on full wets I don't think it is necessary to weave to maintain into optimal temperature, because the working temperature is so low that it might be possible to maintain on that temperature without even weaving. And we see that Andres is boxing as well as my teammate Sertor, so that means that both of my teammates are boxing. And oh no! Ah, man, I damaged my front wing. Oh boy, that is just a little bit of a shame. I got distracted. Oh my goodness me. I think this is the most embarrassing moment of the race, but well, at least I got front wing damage, but let's box to replace that wing. And we are in the pit lane in a shamefully way, and we are changing our front wing, and with that I decided to do a two-stopper. So it is gonna be the first out of 2 stops, and hope there is a safety car in like lap 17 or lap 18, so I can do the second pit stop, and with that do that great strategy. But yeah, we are down to P13, and yeah, hope we do a nice comeback during the race, and hope I don't crash and get side pod or floor or rear wing or diffuser damage. And meanwhile, I'm a bit struggling with the corners, but I was just trying to push the limits of the car, because yeah, these are my first laps in Qatar in full wet. I only have done Qatar in dries, so yeah, I wanted to get used in these conditions. So we are now in the bunched up field. Let's wait until the safety car ends. At the end of lap 9, the safety car ends, and we are up into P12 because I think someone has spun, or I don't know. I forgot why I got up into P12 during this safety car. But the thing is that on lap 10, racing is once again, and we see that Chopper has the fastest lap of the race, and we head into turn 1, braking a little bit carefully, and we are seeing that Jonan is gonna be wheel to wheel. Oh my goodness, my company has spun, and we are up into P11, and that means that if I overtake Jonan, we are up into P10, and we see that what happened? And I braked so late that I almost crashed into Jonan, but we saw that Valiant spun, I think so, and we are up into the points now. And I almost rear-ended Jonan, and I think it was gonna be a race-ending crash for me, because I would damage my suspension, and Kevin is out of the race, and that deployed the second full course safety car of the race, the fourth safety car in general. So, well, I'm gonna stay out and hope there is another safety car in like lap 17 or lap 18 and not like in lap 13 or 14. But well, we're gonna stay out. We're gonna be in the field that will be bunched up in the next lap and wait until the safety car ends. And now on lap 12, the safety car ends and we see that some drivers boxed, and that means that we're up into P7 right behind Cerbiti, and hope I can overtake him. We deploy much of our ERS and racing is once again, and we are barely seeing Cerbiti, and I decided to stop deploying ERS and we head into turn 1 a bit carefully. Oh boy, Cerbiti has spun, and oh my goodness me, I almost crashed into him, but we are down to P7, although we were on that same position beginning this lap, but he spun. I got into P6, but Salazar Jopper overtook me and we're down to P7. So, well, hope I can overtake Jopper and get back into P7. But now, the gap between Salazar and myself has gotten up to 2.4 seconds. Ah man, Cerbiti, you cannot do this to me, Cerbiti. You spun and you ruined a little bit of my race. But, well, thank God that I could avoid him. It could have ended much worse. So, let's move on and try to re-overtake Jopper and get up a few more positions. At the end of the next lap, we are still in P7, but unfortunately, the gap between Jopper and myself got increased. Zenith sets the fastest lap with the 1:38, but we begin lap 15 and Salcedo is overtaking me down the inside into turn 1. He's trying to do a thing, but I brake later than him and we maintained P7, but I got a little bit of a terrible exit into exit of turn 1, and oh boy, Salcedo has done a switchback to me in turn 2 and he overtook me round the outside and we are down to P8, but still it is gonna be P7 because Salcedo has a 3-second time penalty. On the next lap we're still in P8, but it's converting into P7 because Salcedo's penalty and Commander is out of the race, which meant that the third full course safety car has been deployed. That means that in total 5 safety cars have been deployed, which means that we have reached the maximum amount of safety cars we can have in a 50% race distance race. So yeah, that'll be the final safety car of the race. So we're gonna box once again for another set for full wets. This is gonna be the second stop. I don't know how many places will I get dropped down. And we head into the pit lane and we see that there are some drivers in front of me that are boxing, and I almost rear-ended Jopper, but I think I calculated a little bit well, so in reality I didn't almost rear-ended, and instead it was just good calculation. And oh boy, we got a terrible pit exit, box exit, and we are exiting the pit lane in 6th position, but we are seeing that there's a driver who is trying to overtake me, and they see Cerbiti, and we are entering the track, and man, Cerbiti just overtook me, and well, ironically I have made a question on how many places will I lose by making the second pit stop, and in reality I actually gained 1 position. So yeah, pretty good thing. We are in 7th place and hope we can overtake Cerbiti right after the safety car ended. For now, we are on the bunching up field and hope we get a good relaunch, and let's wait until the safety car ends. And at the end of lap 18, the safety car ends and we are still in P7, but the order that the drivers around me have changed a little bit. Unfortunately, I got overtaken by Jonan Watt, so with the drop down the order, we begin lap 19, and so the racing. We are into turn 1, and we saw that Jonan got a slight snap of oversteer as well as me, and Valiant is out of the race, which means that we are only 13 runners, and Jonan has teleported once again, but on that time it wasn't that scary. We head into turn 6, and oh man, I was still maintaining behind Jonan. I thought that I was gonna go for a dive bomb down the inside, but no, it was too risky, and we are heading into the end of sector 2, and we are seeing that, oh boy, what's happening to Salazar? Ah no, it's Salcedo who ran wide, and that means that we are up into P6 with the penalties applied, because I once again remembered that Salcedo has a penalty, and I thought that I was gonna be in P7 officially, but we're officially in P6 with the penalties applied, and we are maybe trying to overtake Jonan. Ending lap 19, we head into the final corner, and we are deploying much of our ERS. We head into lap 20. Zenith sets the fastest lap with a 1:37.1. We begin lap 20, and we are into turn 1 round the outside, and I brake later than Jonan, and we are wheel to wheel with him, and we head into turn 2. Who's gonna brake later? And I brake later than him, and I decided to cover the inside because I thought that he was gonna do a switchback, so I decided to block him and prevent him to do a switchback. And now we're up into P6 on track, which converts into P5 with the penalties applied from Salcedo. And oh my goodness me, I set a track limit warning because I ran wide exiting turn 5. We gotta be careful with the track limits, or else we accumulate 2 more, we'll get a 3-second time penalty, just like Salcedo. Nothing that interesting happened during those next laps, and we head into lap 24. We see that Andres also has a 3-second time penalty by that moment, so that means because Andres is less than 3 seconds ahead of me, that means that I'm gonna get P4, and that is pretty good news for me, but I have 2 warnings accumulated, and unfortunately I got another one right now, which meant that I got a 3-second time penalty. Oh boy, man, I should have been careful. Should have been way more careful, but I decided to send through it, but instead I cut the corner. I think I did not see that well because of those droplets, and unfortunately I cut the corner and got the penalty. And with that, as a result, I became a bit more desperate, and I wanted to go way faster in order to actually overtake Salcedo and maybe Andres, but in reality I think the only oh man, I got another track limit warning. That is, oh man, I think because I got the penalty, I think I got pretty desperate, and I wanted to catch Salcedo and overtake him. With Andres, I don't think I can overtake him. I think he'll get away from it and leave Salcedo behind. Oh man, if I didn't have the penalty, I think I would have gotten P4, but instead I am here like trying to catch Salcedo only for P5, and that's why you have to be a little bit careful and not cut corners, because if you see that the drivers in front of you have penalties, you don't have to get a penalty, so you don't get your life way more difficult like the way I am having right now. And into lap 27, into turn 1, I got Andres, but it was for P5 because Salcedo overtook Andres, and oh man, overtaking a teammate, I don't know, maybe that won't be worth it, but still I wanted to overtake Andres to then later on overtake Salcedo and get up into P4, but I don't know, maybe it's not gonna be worth it, but still I wanted to overtake Andres, but I don't know if I'll be fast enough to overtake him, because while I was trying to overtake him, I did not have the mind about teamwork, and instead I wanted to overtake him, not remembering about teamwork, and oh man, I exceeded the track limits once again. I have accumulated the 5th warning, and if I get the 6th one, I get another 3-second time penalty, and that means that I get 6 seconds of penalties accumulated, and it'll be way worse. I don't know, we have to be a little bit careful, but unfortunately Andres is slipping away from us, and he's getting faster and faster, and oh boy, I cannot catch him. Man, I cannot catch him. I ran wide. Thank God I did not get another warning, but man, I cannot catch him. And we head into the main store. My goodness me, I got the snap of oversteer, and I cannot do this thing. I can't. We get into lap 28. Now the gap got increased to 1.7 seconds. Oh boy, I can't do this thing anymore. I got way more desperate, and I tried to overdrive the car, but I think it was getting way worse, and also the tire wear. Man, I'll later show you up how my tire wear was, and man, I can't do this thing anymore. Now the gap got increased to 2.5 seconds. Oh man, I just can't. I can't catch Andres. I cannot. Unfortunately, I cannot get up into P5, and yeah, sorry for doing that thing that I should feel a little bit ashamed. Man, wish I didn't get the penalty, because when I got the penalty, man, I got worse. I got really worse, and I got way more desperate, and I overdrove the car, and yeah, my driving skills got disappeared, and man, we are heading into the final lap of the race. A bit disappointed because we were about to get P4, but unfortunately we are down to P6. And look at the tire wear. We're having like 40% of tire wear, although it isn't that much, but yeah, still I got way slower because of that tire wear. Well, in reality, now that I'm recording right now and seeing the gaps, if I didn't have the penalty, I would still get down to like P4 or P5. I mean, to P5 or P6, because man, Salcedo is now 4.3 seconds ahead of me, and Andres is 3.5 seconds ahead of me, and they both have 3-second time penalties, and if I didn't have the penalty, I would still be in P6. So in reality, yeah, I was just pretty destroyed for me, because I got a bit disappointed, and we head into turn 8, and no way, yeah, my tires were done. I spun, I did not have rear grip, and we're down to P8. It got worse, and man, oh boy, what a bad end of the race we got. But still, we're finishing in the points. That's the thing we matter, and I almost spun. Zenith wins the race, and meanwhile we are finishing P8. Oh man, I was a bit done, because of the penalty we've received, yeah, we were pretty much done. We head into the main straight to cross the line to finish P8. Ah, man. Wish I didn't have the penalty. Because when I got the penalty, I got worse. I got pretty bad, and yeah, got down to P8. Although I did not get down a few places by the penalty, because Yonan, who is the driver behind me, finished like 20 seconds. Oh boy, 20 seconds. And also he had massive penalties. So yeah, I would have finished P8. Well, if Yonan was still in front of me, but he would be demoted down to P9 if he was like 9 seconds ahead of me. And we see the race results. Zenith won the race, followed by Seltor, who made an amazing comeback because he started outside the top 10. And Yoni Pies just crashed, and he is gonna finish the race. Campania also crashes, and he's gonna finish P11 in last. Jopper is the final driver who finished in the points. And yeah, I'll later tell you more about the drivers. And we see that Sirbiti is the driver of the day. And we head into the race results. Well, we have told you that Zenith won the race, followed by Seltor, but we see that Seltor started in P15, so yeah, he's done an amazing comeback, and I think Serviti should not get the driver of the day, and instead it should be received to Seltor, although he got the penalty. We see that Zenith, Salazar, and Serviti are the only drivers who finished without any single penalty. Salazar finished P3, Salazar in P4, Andres in P5, Serviti in P6, Destro in P7, I finished P8, Yonan in P9, and Jopper is the final driver who finished in the points, and Yonan Pais is the driver who finished last. And the other drivers, well, some of them got classified because they completed more than 90% of the race, but the others straight out DNF'd and did not get classified. So that is it, guys. Hope you have enjoyed this video, which for me it was quite a beautiful race in terms of the view, rain in Qatar, the things I saw in terms of the background, the circuit, the rain. It was pretty beautiful, and yeah, I enjoyed the view, and yeah, I think I have to enjoy that thing extremely, because I think this is gonna be the only time I get a desert race in full wets ever again. So yeah, that is it, guys. Episode is over, and see you guys in the next video. Goodbye.